Welcome to the Money Manifestation Mastery podcast with your host, Lara Waldman, where we talk all things money. Big money, big purpose, big power. Waking up your wealth for heart-centered business owners and entrepreneurs. In today's episode, you are going to hold the line to manifest what you want. How to keep holding that line, that flow of manifestation mastery, no matter what is happening, through setbacks, through challenges, through failure, through what I lovingly call the void space of the in-between, when there is zero data or evidence for your desires manifesting in reality. This is part of manifestation mastery. This is part of the game. Let's dive in. Holding the line to manifest what you want is an essential part of manifestation mastery. Holding the line is about coming back into connection with what it is that you want, what it is that you truly desire, and that beautiful connection between your soul, your heart, your body, and the earth. There is a through line of connection from source all the way through your body, all the way down to the center of the earth. It's this flow of alignment. And this is part of the practice to hold this line, to find that place of alignment, find that place of connection, and hold it. And hold it. This truly is mastery level. Because as you're holding the line, holding what it is that you want, coming back into connection, coming back into alignment with your heart, body, soul aligned wisdom, tapping into that wealth frequency, you're also going to be experiencing challenges, setbacks, failure, things not working, things not manifesting. And how you react to that, how you respond to that can take you off the line. How you react to failure, how you react to setbacks, how you react to challenges will really show you what's going on when it comes to holding the line to manifest what you want. Coming back into alignment, into connection with who you are and what you want, connecting to future wealthy you, to who you're becoming, who that version of yourself is that has already manifested the results that you desire, that you require, feels amazing once you get into connection with that part of yourself. But part of the manifestation mastery journey is bridging that gap between where you want to be and where you are now. And holding the line is also holding yourself where you are right here, right now. There will be hardwired default reactions that come up for you in day-to-day life. These are very hardwired habits, patterns, ways of behaving, ways of doing things, emotional responses, how you think, how you feel, how you perceive your current reality. And on a deeper level, how your nervous system responds, how you go into a fight response, perhaps, or a freeze response, or a flight response. When you're experiencing challenges in your life, or setbacks, or failures, how does your body react and respond? What happens when we go into those default reactions or default patterns of behavior? It takes us off that center line. We go into reactive patterns of behavior. We take action from reaction, which is often a default response that we do without even having to think about it. But those default reactions take you off the line. So the discipline, the practice, and the focus of manifestation mastery is to come back into connection with what it is that you want and who you are becoming, and holding that line no matter what is going on. Now, you don't have to be doing this all throughout the day, every day, but the more you can come back into alignment, into connection, and hold that line, the stronger you'll become. This is a discipline. This is a practice, and it takes energy. It takes very little energy to stay in the same habits, behaviors, reactions. That will be what you just default into, but it takes energy to hold the line. But this is like reps in the game. The more you do it, the stronger you'll become. You're developing a new habit. You're developing a new response system. You're developing a new way of being that's going to help you bridge the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. But the thing that's really important to remember is that manifestation mastery is a journey of change, of evolution, of transformation, of healing. Because in order to manifest what it is that you desire, which means opening up to receive it and actively taking action towards it, is going to trigger a lot of things for you. You're going to be going through change. You're going to be going through transformation. You're going to be going into a space of the unknown, experiencing something you haven't experienced before. And this is where those old patterns of protection can come up. Your survival brain can kick off. Doubts and insecurities and fears all come up. And especially when you're feeling vulnerable, because usually when you're going after something that you truly desire, that heart, body, soul aligned desire, what it is that you really want to manifest, has vulnerability inside of it. This is your heart. This is your soul. This is your sensitivity. And we naturally protect this part of ourselves. So as you're going for what you want, you're actually cracking yourself open to the deepest depths of who you truly are. That feels vulnerable. That feels really sensitive. And it's very natural and normal to want to protect that, to want to maybe hide those parts and not put those parts under seemingly risky circumstances. So having the daily practice or discipline to hold the line to manifest what you want is essential. It is a daily practice. And even better, it's great if you can come back into this alignment a couple of times during the day, or even a few times during the day. You don't have to be living in this aligned space all day long, although that would be wonderful. It's about the discipline of coming back to it every day and spending time in this alignment. I have a battle with myself almost every day. I have a battle between my fear, my comfort zone, and what my soul, my heart, my body is calling me into. They are different parts of myself. And when I'm journeying into the action that my soul's guiding me into, quite often it really triggers my wounding and it really triggers my trauma. And everything in my body wants to fight against it. And this has been a really interesting and long journey for me, learning how to follow my heart, body, soul wisdom, take action from that place, and hold the parts of myself that fight against it. And what I've learned is that once I get used to something, eventually it becomes my new normal and it becomes a new habit and it's not so scary for me. For example, I remember when I was being guided to start a YouTube channel and start YouTube videos, it was as if I was walking to my death. My whole body went into complete freeze mode every time I even thought about making my first video. And I had to face this fear of death. It was so strong. My body would go into freeze and flight, and I could not move forward. But eventually, I forced myself to make that first video, and I just said to myself, just do it. Let it be like the worst thing you've ever made. Just do it. And I did. And I remember when I was clicking upload, my hand was shaking. I was absolutely terrified. And then once I did it, I realized that nothing actually happened and I was safe and it was fine. And then slowly but surely, as I kept doing those videos, I think I painfully did about one a month in the beginning. And slowly but surely, as I practiced it, it became easier and easier and easier for me to do it. And now it's really easy for me to do videos. I do them once a week currently. And there's not much drama around it. It's just about finding the time and the space. And I enjoy it. But I absolutely didn't in the beginning. So I found that anything that I'm doing that is new, that I haven't done before, I have a similar battle about. And it is frustrating and it is hard. And I've learned to make sure that I'm really well supported through those changes. But what I've also learned is that if I just stay with it and chip away slowly and painfully and imperfectly, eventually in time, it will become a new habit and my new normal. And of course, there'll be something else. And this is the journey of growth. This is the journey of entrepreneurship. This is the journey of moving into new spaces and places. It's partly very exciting and very fun and partly very stressful and really difficult to deal with. So what I have to do is hold the line each and every day for myself and make a decision. I have to make an active choice to choose to lead from that future wealthy me, to lead from my soul, my heart, my body's wisdom. When my logical brain or my survival brain is kicking up with a lot of objections or concerns or simply distractions. Because one of the ways that I realized I was massively distracting myself, and again, this has grown and evolved and changed over time. For example, many years ago, it was my children. They were taking up all my time and energy, which of course is normal. I was a full-time stay-at-home mom. But as they got older, I realized that they were also part of my comfort zone. And they also became part of my excuse as to why I wasn't doing things, because I was actually terrified. So as they got older and they didn't need me as much, I then noticed that I would focus on other people's problems. So my wounded healer would get really activated, particularly with friends or family. And I'd spend so much time thinking about people's problems and how to help people with their problems. And then I started to realize it was this huge energy leak. It was like this mind energy leak and this emotional energy leak that I was using as a distraction from taking the uncomfortable action I needed to take. And this was a really deep pattern that was a bit of a slippery snake for me because it seemed like it was coming from a good place. I want to help people who are struggling and are challenged. But then I also realized it was another kind of clever avoidance strategy. So when I tune in and say, hey, connect to my soul, heart, body, wisdom, what is the aligned action I need to take? It wasn't to ruminate or to fixate on other people's problems. It was to take action and move forward in my business and create and innovate and push up against the edges and transform some of these patterns and programs. So this very pattern of my healer self wanting to help everyone, my inner guidance was telling me to let that go, to stop it. It served me to a certain degree at a certain point in my life. And it helped me develop incredible skills, tools, and talents. But I'd already developed those. And it was time to actually let go of the wounded pattern behind it and create new ways of offering value to the world. And I found that I was actually holding myself back, trying to help people, particularly friends and family that were not on this particular path. That has been very stressful for me. That has been really hard for me because if I stop doing that, right, worrying about other people, worrying about my children, giving my time and energy to everyone else, it means I have to actually take the uncomfortable action moving forward. So some of these things have been in beautiful blind spots within myself, and some of these things I've been really aware of, but just noticed I couldn't stop it. It was like this default reaction, this default habit. And it's also been really frustrating witnessing myself, kind of fighting myself and witnessing myself going away or moving away from the things I'm actually wanting to do. But this is part of the practice. This is part of the discipline, to hold the line. I fall off the line all the time. And I see it like surfing. So you can get on that surfboard, catch that wave, but you will fall off the surfboard. The best surfers in the world will fall off the surfboard more than they'll stay on it. It's really similar with this path and this work. You're going to catch that wave, ride on that surfboard, hold that line, and you're going to hold it for a bit, and it's going to feel amazing. And then you will fall off. You will fall off the line. But the discipline and the practice is to get back on the board, to get back into alignment, and to come back into that practice of holding the line of who you are and what you want. And holding that line is how we manifest. Because that's that through line of energy that knows how to create. The connection to your soul, your higher self, the universal energy that we bring through the body, through the heart center, through all the centers of your body, right down into every single cell in your body. And then this energy comes out of your body, meeting life, meeting the earth, and starts to create, to co-create. And this is what I see on the energetic realm. And it wants to grow. It wants to blossom. It wants to become. And this energy, this seed of consciousness can grow when it's held in the right environment, when it's held and given space. When we fall off the line and go into all the sorts of distractions, so the 1,000,001 ways that you keep yourself out of alignment with yourself, that stops the growth process or slows it down. So the more time you can spend holding that line and coming into connection and deeply listening to where this through line of energy wants to grow and wants to flow, the more that you'll support the manifestation process. This is why it's a daily practice and why it's a daily discipline. Holding the line to manifest what you want is really, really important, because part of that is holding yourself. Holding yourself. As you hold that line of what you want, you're also holding the parts of yourself that want to run away, that want to bail, that are reacting against the very thing that you want. So holding that line is also holding those terrified parts, those scared parts, holding yourself in the unknown, holding yourself through change, holding yourself as all your deepest insecurities and vulnerabilities are getting triggered and activated. That is the mastery of this work. It's not easy. It's actually very simple, but it's not easy to do. And this is why it's so, so important to be well supported. In that practice of holding the line to manifest what you want, I have shared throughout this podcast, particularly in the first episodes. We talk about a daily practice, how to set up a daily practice, and my core foundational steps, which is to relax, release, receive, embody that future wealthy you. Hold yourself in that future vision of yourself. Bring that part of you into the present and allow this beautiful alchemy and transformation work to take place through you and for you. It's exceptionally beautiful, incredibly powerful, but you're not necessarily going to see the results right away. There may not be any external data and evidence yet to prove to your beautiful brain that it's working. But what I know, if you stay with it and you don't quit and you keep up with the practice, in time, you will start to see shifts and changes, growth and evolution. It's not always pretty. It's not always comfortable. You're going to go through the tumble dry of transformation as part of that, but it's 100% worth it. So holding the line to manifest what you want is coming back into alignment with that heart, body, soul aligned wisdom, and also holding the parts of you that want to run a mile from what you're trying to do. This is the mastery. This is the game. So I would love to know what's landing for you here. Where do you bail on yourself? Where do you fall off the line? How does that show up for you? I think this is a really important piece to manifestation mastery, is to be the witness of yourself. What are you doing? Where do you bail on yourself? And how can you get yourself back into alignment again? First, start to witness where you're leaking your energy. where you aren't honoring that line and where you fall off the line. This is really, really important to start to witness and start to pay attention to. Not to give yourself a hard time, but to be aware. So let me know what is landing for you in today's conversation. I would absolutely love to hear. And before we close, I've got some very exciting news. I have launched a brand new program, Manifestation Mastery, my 12-week course to manifest what you desire in alignment with your heart, body, and soul. This is the first time in over 6 years that it's been possible to work with me in this short time, at this greatly discounted price. I have been guided to create a smaller container at a more affordable price for you to get you in the game and to teach you the foundational steps to becoming a manifestation master. And in this 12-week course, I want you to connect to what it is you want, and we're going to focus on that and support you to manifest the results that you desire. I would love for you to join us. You can visit the link to Manifestation Mastery below. Come and visit my website, larawaldman.com. We would love for you to join us. We are going live on March 26th, 2024 with this program. Also, if you come visit my website, you can find out how to join this course later down the line. So I would love to see you there. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm so excited to support you in this powerful 12-week container. Is going to be exceptional. And I'd love to support you to tap into the powerful energy of this year to help you quantum leap your results. It's essential that you are well supported in high frequency containers, high levels of support, so you can actually create the results that you want. It's time, and it would be my great honor and privilege to support you. Thank you for joining us for today's conversation. Hold the line to manifest what you want. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you haven't already, make sure to follow or subscribe to this podcast to never miss an episode. And I look forward to being with you again next time.